So Melody of Memory is the next upcoming Kingdom Hearts title, and the reception has been positive for the most part, with fans taken back by how soon another installment is releasing after the long-awaited Kingdom Hearts 3 just last year, and the release of the DLC at the start of this year. I don't think many people were expecting to get another slice so soon. Of course, Melody of Memory stands out in amongst the rest of the titles, as it takes on a much different formula of gameplay, being that of a rhythm game. Kingdom Hearts doesn't usually experiment too much with its formula, rather it tends to expand upon what already works. Disregarding the mobile titles, Chain of Memories was probably the last time Square Enix did something truly different with the gameplay formula by basing its gameplay around cards, and that was the second game. Ever since then, they've stuck to pretty much what they know. I've seen the odd complaint pop up here and there, as well as concerns about melody, but I guess that comes natural with Square trying something new. However, it seems to be the rhythm aspect of this which seems to be off-putting to some. I wanted to talk about how it was only inevitable that Kingdom Hearts would one day receive a game based entirely around its music, and why it makes so much sense. The best place to start is the music of the series, as it's one of the most important aspects of any given KH title, and is what Melody of Memory is built upon. Kingdom Hearts has a reputation for its music being simply amazing, with the incredible performance of Yoko Shimomura, staying consistent right the way through with tracks that always leave an impression and somehow perfectly capture the moment in hand. Whether you're roaming through the Pride Lands, racing down the beach of Destiny Islands, facing off against a very large onesie, we're about to embark on another Kingdom Hearts adventure, every track that goes along with these moments sounds so right. If you've played the series since the very beginning, just by listening to the music alone from a certain world or moment from any of the games, you're almost guaranteed to envision the lasting memory that moment gave you when you first experienced it. The music is actually one of the avenues I look most forward to when playing through a new Kingdom Hearts game, wondering what this game's version of Dearly Beloved will sound like, how Yoko will be able to make a fitting theme for a certain Disney world, or what track is going to pull my heartstrings or make me shake several legs next. Final Fantasy is another iconic series that's very well known for its musical scores, and ended up receiving 2 rhythm games on the Nintendo 3DS, Theatrhythm Final Fantasy and a follow-up, Curtain Call, as well as Dragon Quest receiving a standalone installment as well, infusing loose RPG elements and gameplay into a rhythm game genre. Since these games, some have wondered if KH would ever receive similar treatment, as it's clear Square Enix have interest in this field. While Kingdom Hearts hasn't repeatedly shoved rhythm sections of gameplay in our face, they've most certainly appeared, giving hints that perhaps one day Square may attempt a rhythm-orientated title. Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first to receive some rhythm action, with an entire world being dedicated to it. Atlantica. Yeah, honestly, not the best start. This is sort of a downgrade. Birth by Sleep included the Ice Cream Beat minigame, where you'd have to fire scoops of ice cream into the cones that Huey, Dewey, and Louie are holding to the beat of a few different Kingdom Hearts tracks, even with additional difficulties to go along. This was probably the most in-depth attempt at rhythm gameplay in the series, before of course the upcoming Melody of Memory. Honestly, this minigame wasn't bad, but for the life of me it gives me migraines. I don't know why, I cannot do it. It's just okay. The recent Kingdom Hearts 3 included a simple yet enjoyable rhythm minigame in the Tangled World, the festival dance where Sora would link arms with the citizens of Corona and bust some moves. There wasn't too much to this aside from controlling Sora around the square and ensuring you press X or circle at the right time. And this might be one that you're unfamiliar with, but the 2008 Kingdom Hearts mobile game, which was just simply known as Kingdom Hearts Mobile, had a minigame called Rhythm Parade, where you'd have to press the corresponding buttons to different KH tracks. Kingdom Hearts has also included button prompt action commands into its gameplay from time to time. While this isn't directly rhythm based, the same basic idea is used in rhythm games. Birth by Sleep was probably the title to utilize this the most. There was a command style known as Rhythm Mixer, a style themed around music, making DJ beat and turntable sound effects with each strike. The finisher of this would create 3 circles on the ground where you'd have to press the corresponding button towards the circle that is outlined to do some nice damage, following up with one large AoE attack. Break Time was a unique command that Terra Aqua and Ventus could pull off, where they whip out some hot moves to replenish some health. You'd have to press X at just the right time. There were some D-links that would involve perfect button prompt presses as well, like Mickey's for example, having to press buttons as the Mickey icon goes over them, and the Cinderella D-link that has you pressing X when it's over the carriage. Shot locks also included this style of action too, with some requiring you to press certain buttons within the shot lock's final stage, giving you ratings towards your timing and granting more damage for getting those excellences. Dream Drop Distance had a small rhythm-based reality shift attack in the Symphony of Sorcery world, which honestly wasted more time than it was good for, but hey, at least it was pretty to look at. I was sure that after Birth by Sleep, with it including the most of this sort of stuff and having a pretty okay rhythm minigame, that Square were testing the waters and may have been considering a Kingdom Hearts music title, but alas, 10 years later, it's actually happening. I think this gives a pretty good reason as to why Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory makes sense and was bound to happen at some stage. While I'm not as ecstatic for this title compared to previous releases, I have to say this is still something that I know I'm going to get a lot of enjoyment out of. It also gives us a chance to dive back through the first phase of the series, re-experience pivotal moments and adventures we've come to love. This is certainly a breath of fresh air, and I'm glad Square are trying something new. It's only taken them 16 years to do so, ever since the original Chain of Memories. I also think that for the people that are rubbed a little bit the wrong way with Melody of Memory, you should honestly see this as a bonus. Again, going back to the factor of not really expecting a new Kingdom Hearts game until at least next year, and with getting one so soon, think of this as a little bonus. And hey, I totally understand, rhythm games aren't for everyone. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But what you are going to get out of this experience is the progression forward in the sense of the story. Doesn't mean you have to even purchase the game, as the cutscenes will no doubt be uploaded to YouTube after the fact. However guys, that is all for today. I would absolutely love to know your guys' current standpoint on Melody of Memory, and please do tell me if you are excited or if this is just something that is not for you and you're just going to sort of stand by and simply watch the story stuff. I totally get it. I'm Cynical, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you dudes in the next one. Peace.